from New York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
It's Ebro in the morning, the beautiful Laura Styles. Is that a wrestling T. Rosenberg?
Kendrick T. Rosenberg.
Ah.
Come on, that's about
Testicle Hug T. Rosenberg.
Damn.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because guess who I saw also being a regular fan at the Kendrick Lamar show?
Give it up for A$AP Ferg. A$AP Ferg.
Shout out to Dot.
Let's have Kendrick talk real quick.
Well, hold on real quick. Can we have Peter Palooza talk first?
Well, no.
Let's have that Peter Palooza
We'll
talk.
get
The
to-
headliner.
That's going to be the whole
No,
thing.
but we got to get it early. Tomorrow
Why?
night, Ebro. This man's headlining my birthday.
It's going to be great.
Peter Palooza, you already know what it is. Pull
Knockdown
up.
Knockdown
Center.
Center. Woo,
Yes, Dave
Liddy.
East
Get the
also.
tickets, $25. Ticket fly. Go get them.
Okay, thank you very
No
much.
problem. Kendrick, the album. How do you feel?
I love it.
What like? Tell me what you love. Why? What does it mean? Because I know you're a bars guy. Like you.
Yeah.
Why you make all different types of records, but
Man, it's a bunch of things that I love about Kendrick. I mean, for the simple fact, one of the first tours I went on was with Kendrick and Drake and the whole mob. So, I've watched his elevation and his growth. So
Elevate.
Yeah, levitate.
I changed it.
And yeah, he just I like the way he move. He's very militant, very about his art. He doesn't seem like he conforms much. And every time I see him, it's about the art. It's not about like his internal life or what's going on outside of art. And I appreciate that.
is that because a lot of you is that right? Like you're Ferg. Like I do this. I get my tours. I make my sounds. This is my team. I do some records with them. I'm gonna spit my bars. I'm gonna make my music. Is that does that inspire you to see him move to this
Definitely.
another level?
I see those same things in like Jay and you just like these type of artists that basically reach these pinnacles of successes is they all have like the same traits. Like I study a lot of people from, everybody who's great basically, and they just have that militant, basically aura, and they just take themselves very serious. And I feel like you should take your art real serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of people play with it like they, I'm trying to preserve the culture and push it forward. So I appreciate it.
When I came by and saw you a couple months ago to listen to some of the music, the scene that you have at this stage in your career, at least, and this is just one moment, who knows what it's like every day, it was not like a blunt smoke filled, everyone just sort of,
I don't smoke weed.
So you don't smoke at all?
Nah.
So, do you drink?
Drinks
I
water.
drink sometime.
But like the scene in your studio,
I try to live to 300.
I like that. And the scene in your studio was of that though. Like you treat it like a place of work.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's like a
it's a fun job.
It's fun, you know what I'm saying? It's a vibe, but those are the elements I really don't need. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of makes the place funky. It's not sexy. You know what I'm saying? Girls pull up. They don't want to leave smelling like weed. I mean, they probably wouldn't mind, but I'd rather have some candles from Japan or something like that.
Y'all, that's how you know he's out here.
Smooth.
That's how you know he's out here fucking. Let's be honest.
Some Visvum candles.
But it is a interesting time for hip hop too, because we were having a debate yesterday talking about who's the hottest right now, who's holding the crown, if you will, for the moment. And obviously Jay is in.
Hall of Fame.
That's
We just spoke about Jay yesterday. Jay, like while everybody's running, Jay is on a jet. He's like we just talked about the sprint move, and my boy Frankie P, who produces a lot of my music, he said he was like, yeah, man, I don't know if I like that Jay move, man, like for the art or whatever. I said he's not in the business of art. No, he's gonna create the art, but he's on a whole nother like. He's not a part of this realm right now.
He's not in this
He's in a
current race.
different stratosphere right now. He's making the art is the business move now. That comes with the art.
He owns the place that people are racing.
Exactly, right.
He's in the owner's box. He's not on the field. You know what I mean? And he's putting out projects
On his terms.
on his terms and his
Exactly.
timeline and whatever, which is something that I think we all would love to be in a place
Of
where
course.
you're an owner.
Right.
And
his
but
album, I love his album. Shout out to Jay.
is that what you wanted as a fan of Hove? Is that what? Because I didn't know what he was gonna do. I had no idea where he would go, and there was a lot. I saw people on social media like, I don't know if I want to Hove. I don't know if I this. What is he gonna talk? And then he was in the studio with Metro Boomin
and
or
Zaytoven.
and people was like, is he gonna do that with that? Da, da, da.
I think people were scared that they were gonna get a Jay that they couldn't connect with. You know what I mean? Like Jay trying to be someone else.
But the Jay
they
that
were
we
scared.
got was, I was like, woo, this is the Jay that, this is what I want from Hov.
Feels like him.
Yeah.
I think that everybody wanted a vulnerable Hov, very, very much more vulnerable, and
That's what we got.
And talking about his situation, like he went deep. Like I didn't know he was gonna go into the, you know, family feuds and all of that like that. So the way he and the way he did it, it was still witty. He spoke, he taught us things, you know, Dumbo and Dumbo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Hov.
Is that your favorite record on there, The Story of OJ? That's the one that I always go back to over and over again.
I liked it for the simple fact it sounded like spoken word when I first heard it.
Right.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like a spoken word piece, and the flow was different. It was unorthodox. And even the way they chopped the beat up, it wasn't like, you know, the way, it was No ID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he it was like you could have did it the Just Blaze way that we used to hear Hov on a chopped up sample beat, or you could just he was unorthodox with the chops.
Yeah, it is.
I read an interview where he said they just sat in the house for weeks and months and just he went through Hov's like favorite songs, and you know, it was just like all of these different people he was inspired by, and he just kind of took those songs and just kind of chopped them
You're
up.
right, though. The chop is different because it comes in at one part, and then that part doesn't come in again the next time.
It's like abstract.
Yeah,
it's really abstract, and I appreciate that. And it's like Hov is not even, it's like he's just talking on there. It's not even like really.
Even 444 is that same
I
style.
love 4. That's my other. Those are my two favorite songs.
Yeah.
444 is amazing. But who do you? The argument we had yesterday was that I said finally, and I didn't expect it to happen, but at this moment that I think Kendrick's now the hottest at this very moment.
Like we always knew Kendrick was one of the most lyrical, right?
Kendrick is the hottest.
Kendrick's the hottest?
Yeah.
At this moment. He's finally got it right now, right?
Yeah.
And I think the cool part about it, and not that this won't change, but the cool part about it is he did it his way.
Right.
He didn't, you know.
I like the fact that he waited this long to do a Rihanna song. When he could have been did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he could have been did it. But he waited this long. And if you think about how complex his music is and his musicality in his last album, To Pimp a Butterfly, he kind of this album is more contemporary.
Yeah.
He's working with today's sounds and the BPMs.
Well, Damn feels like it brought all of his projects
together
into one thing. Like all the things you love about every project.
Good Kid, Mad City.
It all bundles up nicely into Damn, which would be even more amazing if he plotted that whole shit out.
Well, but I said that. Well, funny you should say that, Ebrooks. I was deciding whether I should be a name-dropping asshole. And I said to him the other day,
name dropping asshole, all of it.
I said
Just
to
let
him,
it rock, let it
I
rock.
said the other day after the show, I was like, when I heard the album the first day, I wasn't sure how I felt about it.
Right.
And my brother and I were talking. He's like, yo, this is the best one. This one combines Good Kid, Mad City with the other stuff. And when I said that to him, he looked at his man and that was very clearly exactly what his intent was. This is the mix-up of it all.
It was the Coachella performance that took the album over the top for me.
Fam.
No, that's what you said when you came back.
Fam.
I was
after,
looking
after
at
he
people
told us
like,
about it, we looked
y'all
it
not
up.
amazed by this?
Yo, I
was
came
like-
back from Coachella like on the verge of like, do I scream from the mountaintops or do I let everyone absorb? Because if I oversell it, maybe people won't love it.
No, because you know what it is? For me, it's like when I see Dot do stuff like that, you know, the art and everything, the choreographed moves and stuff on stage, the karate and, you know, the ninjas and all of that's incorporated into the show. I just think about how much work I put into my art, and like, because sometimes as an artist, you get discouraged, like, man, I don't know if people gonna appreciate this because I'm putting a lot of work and a lot of time and effort into this. And it just showed that it was like fulfilling, like, and I think that people walked away from the show happy.
Were you annoyed at all? Like the last time you came up here, we were talking about the last album, and we absolutely loved the last album. Like
Right.
I just thought it encompassed everything someone
You
wants
always
from an
tell me you
album.
love that album.
It had everything.
I think
Great.
you're biased or something. I don't know.
No,
Hungry Ham.
Bro, it had
No, we played a lot of the joints here.
The Strive,
on
the
our
Missy
show.
Elliott
The
record.
Missy Elliott joint was.
So it covered so many levels. Were you? Did you feel it didn't get the prop? Besides from me, did you feel like it didn't get the props it deserved?
I don't know if it didn't get the props that it deserved. I think it got the props from the people that counted in culture, that pushes culture forward. Like y'all, y'all opinion matters to me. I think it was a very I would want to say it was a innovative album. It was a
You think it was too complicated for some?
It was a trend-setting album. I think that was it was a dream album, one of my dream albums. It was more personal than me doing it for what I knew people would like. I think a lot of artists got to get that out. Now that that was the documentary. I had to get the documentary off. Like I gave you Trap Lord. That was my my alter ego. I had to get that off. And then I came with the documentary, who Daryl Ferguson is, the trials and tribulations, always strived and finally prospered. Gave that to y'all. Think what you want to think of it. Maybe it may be too early for y'all. Maybe y'all come back to it and want to listen to my life story. But I just needed to give that to y'all. Now I can move on and we could get back to the party and we could turn up again.
But it's not like there's not turn up on there too, though. It had everything.
Yeah, it had everything, but I think it was more part of like the rollout and everything. I was more disappointed at the rollout, and because the Missy song, in order for you to understand that song, I feel like it needed a video, and I was pushing for that video, like you know what I'm saying, just
To show you working at Ben and Jerry's?
huh?
To show you working at Ben and Jerry's?
Nah, that video was supposed to be crazy. It was supposed to be like the whole theme of the video. I had the treatment and everything, like we was hitting different people up to get money and everything, but. That video was supposed to be like a Broadway play, like walking through Hungry Ham, people coming out the windows, the pizza man spinning like the pizza box on his finger, the dancing.
Some real uptown New York Harlem shit.
But on some Broadway play type shit.
Were you surprised at just how much Missy wrote her verse to really be a part of the song? It's not like you have your verse and Missy has her verse. Her verse is her doing what you're doing.
Yeah, she's talking about striving too.
Yes.
Like that was the first song that I played when I met Missy. When I walked in the room, it was Missy, Timbaland, and Magoo. And they just was like open ears. It was almost like, because I guess Timbaland and Missy just got together from like 4 years from not seeing each other. She did that big performance with Katy Perry at the Super Bowl. And I guess they was linking up to do music. And I just happened to be in VA. So I got introduced to Missy and Timbaland at the same time. And they just wanted some fresh music or sounds, I guess. And I just wanted to play one song, and then they made me wind up playing like mad songs. But the first song I played, 30 seconds into the song, was Strive. She went crazy, turned to Timbaland, like, this is the music I want to make, this, that, and the third. And I was like, hold up. Can I get a Missy feature? Is this possible right now? Is this possible? Like understand Missy is like Michael Jackson to me, so me going there and her saying, like, she'll definitely do the song and sending me, like, the crazy long text message after, like, I feel like, God brought our energies together.
That's
and
dope.
like, yo, I was bugging. Yeah, so she actually did the verse, sent me the voice note of it. I was like, yo, it's perfect. And she was like, I'm going to recut it. I'm going to make it better. And she made it better, and she sent it. And that was the song.
And now you have that
Can we
forever.
play it? Can we play it for the people that missed it?
Woo!
Because it's fire, bro.
Yo, what's crazy about that song? I first had Fat Man Scoop on the song. I got Fat Man Scoop doing like the hypes on the song. I got a version with him on it.
I need to hear that.
I have a version with Pitbull on it.
Word.
Word.
Pop break, super pop.
Yeah, super pop.
Super
I
pop.
did it on purpose. Like, I'm like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm
It's
very
art.
interested in both of those,
I know.
honestly.
I'm
I'm
just
interested to hear
curious.
all three of them on it.
Yo, you guys want to hear a crazier story?
Sure.
And I never even told Ferg this. The moment I was interviewing Ferg when we premiered this record on Apple Music, right? You sat down across me, we was premiering this record at Beats One. was the moment I got the call that my mom passed away.
Oh.
I know that.
Sorry to hear that.
But I never told you
Yeah.
because we had an interview scheduled, and I was stuck in this weird place of like,
What do I do?
my mom's in cardiac arrest. The phone's, I'm in New York. She's in Vegas. Ferg is giving me a premiere right now, but and I can't get there. I can't. It's 4:00 in the afternoon. So if I jump in traffic, I'm still like I was in this weird stuff. I still did the interview, and I never told you that.
Wow.
And that, like, this record is like, I always be like, yo, that was that moment. Like, it's
Damn.
crazy.
But you still are able to enjoy the record?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that you finished the interview first.
I finished the interview, and it was like we did everything. I just didn't want.
You're
I
a
didn't want
strong
to put
dude.
that on everyone at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
Did you tell anyone before you left? You told your other coworkers.
I told my
afterwards.
coworkers like what was happening, but in that moment, it was just kind of like,
You're professional. Like that's crazy. Sorry to hear that.
nah. But this record it's a dope ass record.
And Ebro, way to put a real big damper on
No,
us
but
partying
this-
to
It's
this
not
song.
really a damper,
No,
though.
but you know, for me, like the way I deal with passing, you know, I love my mom, and,
Right.
and I've
Of course.
lost my mom and my dad, right?
Wow.
And
Lost my pops.
yeah, so for me, when these things happen, it's a new chapter in life. Like it's happening so you can learn. It's happening so you're either gonna get stronger because of this moment, and some people are gonna get weaker because of this moment.
Right.
And you have that. That's the choice. And life doesn't. Your parents don't always prepare you for that.
No.
You know, life doesn't tell you that when these moments, because they're happening for everybody.
Right.
That when you get to that moment, you got to make a critical decision.
You know what
and
it's
that's
like-
one of the reasons I love the record, because the record,
It reminds you of mom.
it reminds me of my mom,
Yeah.
and it's about overcoming.
Right.
It's
Well,
That's the
about
thing.
making
in the moments like that, you know what you have to do? Strive.
Talk about it. Rosenberg, ladies and gentlemen. See how he brought it together? He's a professional. He's a professional. On the album, now that you've met Timbaland, I know you've been reaching out to a lot of producers.
Yeah.
Other producers and people. Is there a Swiss Beats record? I heard rumblings. I heard,
Swizz. Swizz?
Nah.
Or maybe not
I've
yet.
been in the studio with Swiss, but not on the project.
not that you're telling us, or
Nah, it's a lot of good producers on this joint.
All right, so you were explaining to us earlier because you had dropped a couple of joints and people were trying to figure out what
A couple
is-
of joints. This man never stops dropping.
I know,
joints.
I know,
Like
I
5
know.
records
Because I
out, right?
asked you if the
5,
Remy
4?
record was going to be on your new album.
Yeah, it's gonna be on my new
Definitely.
album. It's gonna be a remix.
East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast. Yep. That's not her record though. That's my record.
Well, I know it's your
No,
record.
we were saying
I said
the
Remy
Remy
record.
record.
Okay.
Yeah, the Remy
Shout out to
record.
Remy.
So wait, it's called East Coast, and you told us you got other people on it.
I got Rick Ross on there. I got Rocky on there. I got French Montana on there. I got who else I got on there? I got Busta Rhymes on there.
Yeah.
well, let's have a real conversation about ASAP
got-
Ferg remixes.
Yo, bro. So,
Snoop Dogg on there.
wait,
What?
Snoop's on East Coast. Flipping the
it's
script on.
West Coast flipping it. Yeah.
So you're gonna put all of them on one record, and we're gonna get this record.
Yep.
Your remixes, at this point, Shaba
Yep.
was. I mean, you got Shaba ranks on the Shaba record,
Right.
which is phenomenal. I'm trying to think of another.
What was the other one you had? You had the Big Posse cut one too. Didn't you have another Big Posse cut? Work.
Yeah, Work
Work,
had an
yeah.
ill remix too.
Yep. Work was a ill one.
You take it serious.
Yeah, I was about to say
you're
remixes
old
are
school.
important.
Huh?
Your remixes are important.
Yeah, very, very important. Yeah, but I'm getting to the point where it's like, let's just move to the next song. Like I want to create new songs, new sounds. If it's that important that we go into a new version of that song, of course it's gonna be ill. But I'd rather just create 5 more songs, other than just staying on that one song.
Well, to that point, we were joking with you about how many songs you put out. Like,
Yeah.
and your method is like, whenever I go to like DJ Enough or Flex's record pool websites to download my music, there's always, like every couple weeks, there's a Ferg record. It's like, boom, there's another Ferg record. Here's a Ferg record. Is being prolific part of what you want to be? Like, is that a guy you want to be who is always making music?
I am prolific. I just haven't painted the picture yet. I haven't finished the masterpiece. So it's like, I'm still on the voyage. I'm still climbing the mountain. And yeah, it's interesting because it's like, through my whole like time in this industry, I just feel like I'm proving myself to myself. But at the same time, I feel like I got so much work to do, even though I got like all of these different crazy songs and remixes, and some people say Work is a classic and this, that, and the third. I still feel like people sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they definitely sleeping, and I'm just gonna have to continue to wake them up. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a good thing for you. Challenges you.
Yeah.
Keeps you sharp.
It keeps it. It's not a chip on my shoulder, but it just keeps me like in the game. Keeps me running. I remember one time Khaled was here. It was like that was the last interview before I seen him like blow up to the max.
Oh, when he came in with the red jacket and was just going there.
He was going in on everybody that he didn't.
The magazines.
He didn't get covers and this, that, and the third.
People don't know what I've done.
I kind of felt like he spoke it into existence. Like he brought it into fruition. Like when he came out here and he released all of that was on him, it was like everything just changed. I know y'all noticed it too.
Oh, of course.
Weeks later, he was on a cover. Weeks later.
Yeah, no, believe me, we noticed
we
it
were
too.
like,
It was that interview and him fight. The day he told us this in our last interview with him. That interview, and then I think the next day he discovered Snapchat. And then remember he got lost on the jet ski on Snapchat?
Like a month later.
Yeah, I remember.
And that shit went, because he was on Snapchat like, yo, y'all, I'm lost. And it was dark.
and it was dark and scary. It was like a fucking movie.
So yeah, it was the combination of him getting it all off, and then he got this vehicle to continue to talk,
Right.
and that was it. And that's you're right.
And then there was other things, obviously, that Khaled didn't even know he was funny.
Right.
Until we had to explain to him, like, yo, bro, you're hilarious. Like, you make people laugh. Like, he's not you know how Flex at night, people hear Flex being Flex, and he's trying to be serious and he going at somebody. And people are in their car, like, laughing and giggling because it's funny, right? Because his personality. Khaled didn't know that he was funny like that.
Now he knows how to channel it.
Yeah, now he's finessing it.
I think that's what it is about. It's about for me. Now I'm learning how to channel it. I experimented a lot, from my first album to the second album. I know what people expect from Ferg now, and I'm going to continue to innovate in this and this and that. But like I said, the second album, Always Strive and Prosper, that's a dream album for me. And for my fans who really love Ferg, I want them to grow with me and know what I'm thinking. But I know what people want. I know exactly what I'm doing, like this time go around. So when I drop this next joint, Still Striving, man, I'm going to have so much joints on there that people going to love because I'm giving the people what they want on this next one.
Before you get out of here, I know you're doing a bunch of stuff in the fashion world, so I know you have a new collection that's dropping.
Right.
Talk about Trap Lord and your new venture with a big sneaker brand.
Yeah, well, Adidas. You can't say that.
Wait, why
You may have heard of
Adidas? Why you couldn't say Adidas? You got beef?
I was just teeing it up.
You don't like
Yeah.
It was a
Adidas?
tee-up.
I wear Adidas all the time.
It was a tee-up.
Stop your
I
shit.
love Adidas.
God.
This is my second deal with Adidas. I got a capsule collection dropping with them as well. I'm also doing like charitable work. I'm a creative director with this brand called Uniform. And what we do is we collaborate, we sell clothes, and the proceeds go to putting uniforms on kids in Liberia. So I spent 2 weeks in Liberia, visiting the factories and visiting the kids in the schools and putting clothes on them. So yeah, I got that thing going on. And then I got the A Goldie collection I just dropped. A Goldie is a child brand of Citizen for All Mankind, the denim brand. And I got the relationship continued with them, whereas I'm dropping denim jeans and my own denim jackets and stuff like that. So it's pretty good, man. I'm out here trying to get some leverage.
And that's a dream come true too, right? Because Dad was heavily involved in the T-shirt game early, so for it to come full circle and you be working on fashion, I'm sure that's
pushing the name to the next level.
Yeah.
What's your uncle doing? You giving your uncle out here hustling these jean jackets or anything?
Who?
Your uncle, man.
Which one?
The one who's all over the album.
Oh, Psycho.
Psycho.
Psycho just chilling, man. He's famous now. So
Yeah, I'm about to say Psycho there's like 2 songs basically about Psycho.
I worry about him sometimes because I don't want people he still be like in the hood. Like he like to be in the hood and people come up to him like, yo, I seen you in a video with Ferg and Amigos. Let me get some money. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's automatically rich.
Yeah, they automatically think he rich, but he be chilling. He be cooling out.
You speaking of the Migos, you did a record with them. You did a record with Yachty.
Right.
And Yachty seems to be this guy that for some reason is very divisive. Like he sparks a big reaction out of people, good or bad.
Yachty's a troll.
You think he just likes to get people to say those things?
Yeah, he's a kid. He's a troll. That's my bro. Like he has fun doing it. He loves it all. that's a part of it. That's a part of the experience.
And you and Rocky seem to be moving together a lot and working together.
And I don't say he's a troll in a bad way.
No. We believe me. We know.
Yeah,
We're
know.
trolls.
Yeah,
Well,
and we know Yachty's a troll. He's King Troll.
We troll with him.
No, Tyler's King Troll.
Tyler, the creator, is King Troll.
Did you see the Tyler, two trolls, Tyler and Schoolboy Q, fake fighting in Instagram comments the other day?
Oh, nah.
Just two dickheads being dickheads back and forth to each other,
Nah.
and people thinking it was serious.
I took Instagram off my phone for the
You
longest.
told me that. That's a good move. Did it make you feel good and relaxed? to
Yeah,
not
I
have it?
needed clarity. Like when I went to Africa, I just took it off like for the whole time I was there. I had my cousin run it and everything, but I just had to get away from it real quick.
Speaking of, you do all this amazing stuff, and speaking of trolls and internet, blah, 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 I see a headline the other day, ASAP member caught on video, I don't know the guy's name, but dude storms in a room.
Bari.
What is it?
Bari.
ASAP Bari, storms in a room. Is this really an ASAP mob? I don't know who ASAP Bari is, so I don't know.
He's one of the co-founders.
So
Bari.
Have you
That's my
followed
little
this
brother.
story? You know about this story?
Yeah, I know about it. It's a touchy story. It's unfortunate, and I'd rather leave it like that.
Got it. Because it's still because there's definitely video.
It's really touchy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't seem good. And I know Rocky had said some stuff about it. But you
Feel bad about it, but it's unfortunate.
you and Rocky do seem to be doing a bunch though. When I stopped by the studio, Rocky was up there working. You guys put out the Wrong record together.
Yeah.
Have you guys recorded a bunch together?
Yeah, we recorded a lot of songs together. Even when we went to Paris, we was like during that fashion weekend, we came back to the city, we was recording. Rocky stayed with me for about 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he actually took one of my rooms over, had like his sister bringing all of these flowers in a bed and all of that.
Wait, Rocky sleeps with flowers in a bed?
Yeah, he has
He
like
needs flowers around.
Oh my God.
he has flowers and all of this.
Lord Pretty Flower Jody.
Yeah,
Pretty flower?
Did you guys?
just the ambiance.
Have there been times when two guys are the guys who become sort of the biggest stars out of a crew? And shout out to 12 by the way, who's dropping next week.
Yeah,
Right?
his album is amazing, bro.
So yeah, shout out to 12 who's dropping. We got to get him up here. But when two guys like you and Rocky both blow up, I'm guessing you have times when you are both moving different directions and running around and not seeing each other as much, and then times when you come together and hang out more. Is that how it is generally?
I hardly see Rocky nowadays just because we are so busy. Like I'm doing like 5 different meetings a day. Like it's a meeting every day in my life. I hardly have time for myself. I got time for myself. I'm in the crib watching Power or Defiant Ones or something. I'm
You on
chilling.
that Game of Thrones?
Nah, I never watched it.
Man, you're missing
I
out.
watch Mad TV though. I love watching TV.
You need Game of Thrones in your
Game
life.
of Thrones in your life. Start at the beginning.
I'm gonna get on it.
You should watch Ozark right now on Netflix too.
But I'm gonna watch
That's that new show with Jason
Ozark.
Bateman. Yes,
check it
tough.
I say watch Snowfall on FX.
Yeah, I've been watching that.
Snowfall on FX is fire, bro.
I didn't get hooked on it yet, but I've been like.
I mean, it's
gradually-
only 3 episodes, right? 3-4 episodes?
I haven't started yet.
Yeah, it's 3-4 episodes.
Yeah, I like the aesthetics of it. Like when I seen the commercial, I was like, oh, it looks real cinematic and.
Well, it's
like
John
when it's
Singleton
shot.
made it like a movie, but
Yeah.
that's dope. ASAP Ferg, ladies and gentlemen.
Fergie Ferg.
At
Give it up for him.
Peterpalooza.
Peterpalooza tomorrow night. Tickets at Ticket Fly. Ferg, Dave East, Nick Caution, Pro Air, Nick at Night is going to be
Yeah.
popping.